Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Frontline Fatalities, brought to you by the Frontline Network. This is Tommy, and as always, it's Fatal with me today. What's up, man?
What's up, Tommy? Time for another Vico Delight. This is actually the second time I say that, so it's getting boring very fast. But today we have another game on Semwa, this time with different players compared to the last replay that we casted. We do have Contador in the north as the Wehrmacht and Symbiosis in the south as the American player. And you want to kick this off straight from the get-go?
Yeah, let's jump into it from 10 seconds. So let's unpause in 3, 2, 1, unpause. 11, 12, 13, 14. Now, this is no auto match game. This is a grudge match between Contador and Symbiosis. If you go and check out game replays, if you go and check out the tournaments and challenges subforum, you'll see the I Challenge Symbiosis subforum because Contador has not been seen to be playing very much over these last few months, hasn't posted any games, hasn't taken part in any of the tournaments. It's actually Symbiosis who's been kicking ass and taking names in some of the recent tournaments. Now, winner of... Well, he won the 2v2 tournament. That was tournament number 21, I think he won. This is a couple of months ago. He won that with Lollipop in stylistic fashion with the everyone's enduring memory was that massive Blitzkrieg Stug charge. But he also then went on to do extremely well in the last couple of 1v1 tournaments as well. So, Contador has challenged him. And this is the result of it, because this is no auto match. This is a basic match game that they decided to play between each other. A best of 3 on somewhat good old-fashioned Vico. And we're going to be casting all of those games. So this is game 1. And game 2 has already been posted, and we're going to be casting that as well. And then we'll have to see, even when the game 3 comes up, we'll be casting that as well.
Yeah, as they're doing a best of 3, we want to cover the whole series. So as Tommy said, this is game 1 on Semwa, and game 2 is also on Semwa, and I'm guessing game 3 will be on Semwa as well. We don't know yet though, since it's not been posted, or probably not been played at all.
Probably not even been played, yeah. So we should probably actually talk about what the fuck is happening. We had the MG bike opening from Contador, which is quite a nice, if risky, opening for this map. Just because you can get a very fast pin going on with the MG bike opening. We saw Lollipop do this in our last cast, didn't we? When he did it versus Barton with that super fast pin. He just went straight with the MG first, just ran straight for the cutoff. But now the surprise factor is gone a little bit. Engineers spot the MG42, but don't get suppressed by it. But now they're going to have to tango with a bike. It's going to push them around, make him get suppressed by this MG42. They're going to have to retreat in a minute.
Yeah, he's gonna get caught by the MG here. It was a nice, attempt of dodging the MG. He saw it coming when he was capping the munitions point with engineers, went around the hedge, but with the very fast and early bike after the MG, it came down there so quickly to push him out of the cover there, and the MG repositioned and basically caught him out. So he's forced to retreat and cannot cap his little munitions on his side of the river. But at the same time, he's capping the Wehrmacht cutoff here with his rifles, and that must be his first rifles, I do believe. He must have gone directly for that cutoff.
Yeah, he capped his cutoff, then he capped the +5 munitions, and then upon seeing that Contador had his first 2 tier 1 units all the way down in the south, he just thought, oh hey, there's not going to be any resistance if I go up to his cutoff, and he just went up to steal that. So now another bit of nice bike pusher by Contador here. He's going to make this MG42 get a nice burst off, and he retreats the rifle squad before he gets suppressed, but he does take quite a bit of health damage, no manpower loss yet, though. I think the same thing happened with the engineers, very low health, but no man lost, so we might be seeing a need for an early triage if he's going to preserve manpower in this fashion.
Yeah, very early triage could be good for Symbiosis, considering he hasn't lost any men in those 2 MG engagements he had with the NGs and the rifles, but at the same time, depending on what Contador does, he obviously needs to adapt his playstyle and, build the proper counters. If he needs, WSC to dislodge some form of Semwa pin, which might be, semi in effect here. Obviously, he can see the MG setting up there behind the green cover wall just left of the church, because the munitions point is in Symbiosis' hands. So the little line of sight to get from the points there, he's going to see the MG. Maybe he can even see it entering the church, but he also forced off some Pyos and is capping the +5 fuel that the Pyos just barely got before the rifles engaged the Pyos and forced them back to base. And MG in the church now is going to be, it's going to be a good building. It's kind of weird with the firing angles, just like this building over here. where we talked about last game where, was it Lolly that did a forward HQ in the dodgy building, but a second
we have a
MG out
nade!
now. Ooh, early nade!
Very fast nades. Yeah, we had fast nades teching just while we were talking about Symbiosis' possible tech choices. He went for nades, but he's sacrificing the manpower and the health for it right now. He's paying for it in blood. He's having a really hard time breaking Contador's stronghold in the middle here. His rifles, he lost a lot of guys off one of the rifle squads, forces another squad forces retreat here.
Yeah.
So, and now he's sort of in a bit of a bad place now, floating at almost 500 manpower in a slightly strange choice of what to do with his manpower there. And now he's going to be forced to retreat. Another rifle squad here, very few kills, and he's shown the nades as well. So not a great position for Symbiosis to be in this early on, to have shown his nades, so now Contador knows that he has them, and to have still not gotten off a particularly great first nade either. I don't even think he killed any Volks with that first nade.
No, he didn't get a Volk kill on it. Maybe, you know, a sliver of damage, but it was nicely dodged from Contador there. He actually, yeah, probably, he was just controlling the Volks and the MGs, and basically had his point of view of the map right there when he saw the animation of the nade getting thrown, and he just dodged it quite easily out of cover there. So, yeah. Symbiosis' taking choices was nades, which is not a bad taking choice considering there's 2 MGs out from Contador. So, you know, nades are pretty good if you get a nice flank of an MG and, you know, just nuclear pineapple one of the MGs and steal it for yourself. It's a good win for the American player. But obviously, now Contador knows that when the first nade was thrown, this is what Symbiosis has. He has nades. He's not going to have a triage because he keeps exiting his base with damaged rifles, and he's not going to have WSC, as he spent his fuel, his very early first fuel, into nades. So, which means that he can put this Semua pin in effect quite okay, considering he actually forced off Symbiosis completely off the map. I do believe I saw an engineer retreating down the road past the church, where Contador is now placing his first mine of the match in this little nice crossroads here, and there's no line of sight on it, so right now it's gonna be concealed, so it's gonna probably spell some trouble for Symbiosis in case he goes for, you know, early mortar pool M8 or something. He just runs straight into that mine and basically loses his window of opportunity there. But obviously this is all just theory crafting and we don't know what Symbiosis is actually going to do. Right now he seems content in taking back his cutoff, which is not going to really work for him with his semi-pin in effect, really. Especially not with the line of sight from the bike, from Contador's bike.
Well, he actually went for a fast mortar and is now using that to barrage the building. Contador must have heard the mortar firing though, because he got out of the building before taking too much damage there. So he is now in a pretty decent position. Contador having taken a good slice of the map now, and is even reinforcing his sort of extended tier 1 here by getting a sniper. Just finished capping the middle VP there.
Yeah, a sniper could be, you know, a good army composition from Contador here, with the 2 MGs pinning squads all over the map or suppressing them. Sniper taking, you know, dishing out all the manpower hurt on all these rifles. It's going to be a good combination. Obviously, as he saw nades, and now he's seen the mortar as well, but I believe he must have started building that the sniper before the first mortar shell hit, or the first time he saw the mortar with his bike. So, you know, it was a risky decision for Contador to extend his tier 1, because it could have been, you know, early mortar pool, and obviously with no tier 2 up in his base yet. I'm not sure if I've seen the upgrade even from the HQ. You know, a fast M8 with only, as far as I can tell, this one mine in the crossroads out from Contador.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he probably... The extended tier 1 is all the rage nowadays with Ver. I mean, getting a sniper is pretty much just like, why not? You know, I mean, the rifles are just expensive to reinforce. You can't afford to lose them, and the sniper is great at bleeding them. Currently, though, hasn't had much of a chance to pop away at those rifles, just popping away at the engineers and doing a pretty good job of taking them down on retreat as well.
Oh, the bike's gonna hit that mine. He's parked right in front of it and it's not moving, but the mine is right there and it's planted from Symbiosis just at the little river crossing there. His sniper's gonna go away and his bike is actually gonna dodge the mine as well.
Oh.
He has nothing over there to actually, you know, initiate him to go over that little gap to go capping, because all of Contador's units are in the center taking it back now from Symbiosis after he broke the Semua pin with the mortar, which forced Contador out of the building and basically had to reposition all of his units. But the sniper now in effect in the center, taking the first shot on some rifles here. And we do have infantry chosen from Symbiosis, if I'm not mistaken, because he was planting mines with his rifles.
Yep, that'll be infantry. You know, I guess the guy, I bet it was the guy on the sidecar. The sidecar on that BMW there. He was just like, "Oh, Klaus, I smell a mine, yeah.
Yeah.
Smell it in the grass.
Someone's been digging here. Don't go over the river crossing. I can see there's fresh dirt everywhere.
The Amis may have taken a shit here."
Someone has taken a shit here and dumped a mine into the hole as well. You have these rifles valiantly trying to withstand the Volks in the church with the sniper backup. You know, Symbiosis must be bleeding manpower now. Even though he was floating, was he floating 500 manpower before early game? Is he actually floating anything at all now?
No, he just spent it all on getting the motor pool, and he also got a sniper recently as well, which is
I saw
currently near his cutoff point, just creeping out of there. He's gonna have a hard time getting a counter snipe though with that bike rolling around. I mean, the bike is still very much alive and kicking.
Very nice mortar usage from Symbiosis. I just have to say he got some nice kills on the Volks in the church with the mortar there, forcing them to retreat back to base with only one man left. He was being a little bit ballsy with his own rifles though, considering the sniper had taken at least 3 shots at that same rifle squad, but he didn't retreat until he only had 1 man left, which could have spelled disaster if he lost that rifle squad, because I do believe Symbiosis needs every unit that he has right now to be able to break out and gain some map control, because right now he's just losing all the map control, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, he's still got his side, sort of his side of the river, as it were, but it's not a great position to be in as Americans to have sort of negative map control here. And now double snipers out from Contador. That's just filthy. Again, very popular this patch to go double Wehrmacht snipers against pretty much every kind of strat. It's like, you know, against WSC, get 2 snipers. Against bars, get 2 snipers. Probably the only time where you wouldn't get 2 snipers is against the motor pool and fast motor pool, because obviously, I mean, it's only recently that Contador's got his tier 2 up, and it's only now he's actually building something out of it. So, and what is it that he has building out of it? I imagine it must be a pack.
Double packs have actually been queued up in the Creek barracks for Contador, so he is expecting some kind of vehicle. If it's fast TD, which is pretty unlikely with the map control that Symbiosis had, which has been pretty much negative for him, for Symbiosis, considering Contador has been in control, especially of his own fuel, you know, outside of his base, which is one of those points that's on Semois, it's always contended, you know, there's always one American unit going up there just to decap that fuel and annoy the crap out of the Wehrmacht player. But Contador has been doing such a good job with forcing Symbiosis back to base over and over again. He can only expect, you know, an M8. That could be as much as Symbiosis can afford, I do believe. But
yeah,
we do have that M8 out.
After,
so.
Yeah, I mean, the M8's come out, the pack is still a long way away, but yeah, he's only got 20 fuel in the bank after that. And it's really manpower that's been the main constricting factor here. I reckon we'll probably see a couple of fouls off from these Volks that are charging up. American Sniper lets loose with his first shot. 2
Double
fouls
Faust,
go in there, so that's half health. That M8, 1 shot from the pack could actually finish it off.
Yeah, at least it would give it a crit, at least. You know, at the least it will give it a crit. With the cloak bonus, there's a good chance of it completely dying as well. And if he loses this M8, I do believe I would say it's almost over. You know, he needs to harass with this M8, he needs to get the Volk kills, he needs to get all the just the plain infantry units out of the way for his rifles to be able to, you know, take over the center and gain some map control.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough job for Symbiosis to push out here, but you know what? I'm getting a slight feeling of deja vu. I can't remember who it was, but we've definitely casted or live casted a game. I'm pretty sure it was Symbiosis versus DevM in the finals of the 25th Silver Anniversary Tournament for Game Replays that we did the live cast broadcast show a couple of weekends ago, and we saw Symbiosis versus DevM. DevM was in a very similar position. He had tech tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, he had packs, he had Pumas, he had Stugs, he had Symbiosis pushed inside his base, but then literally his sniper and his mortar and his rifle work and his mines enabled him to come back and actually go on to win that game.
Yeah, so and especially the epic mortar shell that killed a Stug and a Puma or something like that. I can't remember.
It killed like a Stug and a decreed a pack or something silly. It did a ton of damage anyway. But yeah, I mean that was just a great comeback play from Symbiosis. I mean, it's part of, you know, obviously COH is a lot about the macro and the micro, but it's also just about your mental endurance as much as anything else. And Symbiosis has that in spades.
Yeah, you need to be patient, and you know, even if you somewhat lose in the early game, as long as it's not, you know, obviously mid or late game that you're losing a ton of units and stuff, there's a good chance of you coming back, because even if you have a bad early game, your opponent might have a bad mid game, which makes you, you know, able to claw back into the game. And he's doing good with his M8 right now. He's harassing Volks, forcing them to retreat all over the map. The half track is out for Contador, and one of his packs is in on the left side where he's trying to make a stand. I'm guess this is going to be his harassment point. He's gonna reinforce from the half track with his Volks, and obviously repairing his bike with the Pios and reinforce as well. Have a pack as backup there, and the pack is actually sneaking up slowly and steadily. Nice mortar from Symbiosis going to work. The pack is not going to be able to take a shot because it's out of range and slightly out of position.
What is the half track doing?
I'm not sure what the half track is doing.
I guess he just wanted to have mobile forward reinforcement with the bolts, but the pack is still lagging behind a fair bit. M8 is still able to keep plugging away at that half track and those pioneers. Snipers doing a good job there. Double snipers. I mean, as I said, you know, very, very, very hard to counter for Americans, especially if you go infantry. I mean, really, your best bet against sniper spam in any sort of regard when you're playing as US is pretty much, as filthy as it is, to go airborne. And well, you can either do the filthy thing, or you can do the really, really, really filthy thing, which is to save up 200 munitions, wait for the snipers to get retreated, and then strafe them at the HQ and kill them.
Yeah, it's a thing that happens now and then. You know, force the enemy snipers to retreat by charging them with some form of infantry squad like flamers or a rifle or with bars or no bars. It doesn't really matter. Just force them to retreat somehow, and then obviously strafe the HQ.
Yep, because anything at the HQ will be guaranteed to die, which
more or
is
less.
yeah, just because of the way that they changed strafe in 2.602.
We do have a doctrine chosen for Contador now, finally. I haven't seen him shows anything, maybe I missed it, but he's got his first stew on the field, so he went down and unlocked the stew instantly and bought one. He obviously has the chance of buying stormtroopers whenever he hits the manpower needed for that, if he needs them, but at the moment with his double snipers, and it's not really be contended in some form of sniper knife fight. Symbiosis sniper has been extremely, I must say, passive. It's taken one shot, it's got one kill. He's obviously seen
Volk.
Yeah, one single Volk. It's, you know, it's an expensive unit, a sniper, and not to utilize its full potential is not that great. You know, he needs to start popping away.
It's almost like a mental war when it comes to snipers like this. We saw this when Barton played Lolly as well. Barton was really passive with his snipers, but it's because he used it more as a threat than as a literal to plug away at units, which still isn't the greatest way to use a sniper, if I'm honest. You know, you can wait for your opponent to fire, and then you fire yourself, and then there's no danger of a counter snipe. But at least as long as Symbiosis still has his sniper, Contador knows he can't just use his with complete and utter impunity. He still has to keep his cloaked, and it means that his snipers aren't absolutely raking in the kills. They're doing a good job, but they're not getting like sickening amounts of kills or anything. I mean, 8 and 16 between the two of them.
Oh my god! The half track actually killed the sniper. I caught this all on the video with the nice bike charge there, past the AT gun, which was in an angle that it couldn't really fire at it. He got a nice sticky off on the bike, and I thought he was going to be safe. He took a load of damage from the bike before it died from the sticky, and then he was forced to retreat. Oh my god, and the M8 goes out as well. Is this some form of stew Semwa pin we're seeing here? Oh my god, 3 rifles in one shot. This is not good. Nice sticky on the half track, probably gonna kill it, but is it too little too late?
That was just a horrible, horrible loss, especially if he loses the mortar now as well. Mortar is extremely low health. It just got vet 1, but it's it's gonna be bittersweet.
No, that was very close. Volks might get it on retreat.
Literally 5% health. If they live through this, they will be the luckiest mortar guys I've ever seen.
Oh my god. That was so close.
They just escaped the fire of that last one. Looks like we're going to see a bit of a stew base rush here. There's no ATGs in the base. There's just a single rifle with the ability to throw stickies.
He's desperately trying to reinforce. Oh, nice! Mine kills the whole Volk squad with the flanking rifle and decrews the AT gun, but he can't recruit the AT gun without losing the rifle. He might get a sticky off on this stew. He's doing the animation, but he's running out of distance. It's not gonna be a sticky from those rifles. At the same time, he's repairing the first Stu that hit the mine just below the crossroads there. The pack was decrewed by the mortar, which netted it vet 1. He's gonna try to sticky. No, I think he was gonna attempt to sticky the Stu, but with double snipers somewhere around, he couldn't afford to stick around to maybe, you know, gamble for a destroyed engine on the Stu and then recruit AT gun, which he just recruit and then go up, you know, AT gun creep it. But the second Stu is going to come to reinforce, and all these units are clumped up, and they're also repairing, instantly retreated from Symbiosis, which is a good idea. If that Stu shot would have hit bang straight in the middle of those engineers, it could have demolished both squads in one shot.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you know, 1 ATG simply isn't enough against 2 Stus. You need at least 1 ATG per Stus, and then auxiliary AT like stickies on top of that, just to handle. To handle the Stus, really. I mean, they're so powerful. I mean, I gotta give props to Contador, really. I mean, he is using everything that is best for the situation right now, and you know, double snipers extremely effective. I mean, say what you will about them as a tactic, morally, if you like, but you know, Stus and double snipers, that kind of thing, it's extremely powerful. And I think a Goliath just blew up.
I think
the ATG shot a Goliath.
I heard a large explosion. I can't see the green cover anywhere though.
Yeah, I can't see the green cover either, but I'm pretty sure that was a Goliath.
Might have been.
And actually, we could see the loss of a rifle here on the right-hand side. As it retreats, sniper shots are coming in. But I think they might just be able to get out of there. Not before they lose another guy to a sniper. Oh, snipers now. Bet 1, support, 19 kills, and...
Ooh, nice mortar hit on both those pyros, which I do believe were repairing the Stu. I'm not sure if they were, but I do believe they were. Nice sticky on one of the Stus there. It's gonna net him a damaged engine, but he doesn't really have anything to pursue it with. He has no tank destroyers, and his AT gun is actually focusing on the other Stu, which is not sticky, which forced it to back off. At the same time, we did have Symbiosis on the right side. Took a little bit of a foothold there, a small glimmer of hope from him, but Contador is just taking it all back now in force. He's actually capping with his snipers on the far right side. Allied sniper opening up. As he saw both of the snipers on the right side, he can, you know,
oh my god,
quite easily open up double Stus. It's just devastating to rifles, seriously.
Against motorpool play,
Stolen pack.
It's so effective. Ah, that is nice, actually. That's a nice little break for Symbiosis. He's gonna need also all the mines he can place right now if he's gonna stand any chance of making a comeback. He needs to make sure those Stus get killed. He now buys himself an M8, another M8. Interesting choice. He barely has the munitions to upgrade it. He only now gets the 50 munitions required to get the skirts. It's going to be another 2 minutes before he can actually get the 50 cal. So I guess he's just going to use it to like hunt down wounded Stus.
Maybe, you know, obviously the M8 is pretty good at circle strafing Stus and Stugs, and you know, on the rare armor it has a good penetration rate. I don't know how much percentage it is actually, but it's very good. But versus 2 Stus, it's just not going to work.
Yeah, especially
too much.
You know, there's still 2 packs on the field as well. So,
yeah.
Oh no, sorry, there's only one pack.
There's one pack. The other pack is stolen by Symbiosis. But you know, still versus 2 Stus, it's a bit much. The Stus
and
are
now
pretty.
They just got vet 2 as well.
Yeah, vet 2 as well.
Oh wait, no, the vet 2 came in a little while ago, I think. So I remember them seeing firing.
A minute ago or so, vet 2 for tanks was researched by Contador. We do have both of the Axis snipers, 3 Axis snipers now. What is this?
3 Axis snipers. So I mean, it's nasty. It's nasty. You know, it's an instant decrew of ATGs. I mean, you don't even need 3 snipers for that.
Which we just saw, and we do
unless
have the bike.
Symbiosis gets himself tank depot, he's gonna.
Ooh, the bike's lighting up the Allied sniper. He retreats. The Axis sniper. Oh, he gets him on retreat, and the bike hits the mine, and the engineers are forced to retreat from a Stu shot, I think, or was that a sniper? We do have another pack out from Contador, who was just built in his base. Let's see if he's building something else. Right now he's floating 200 manpower only. He's not researching anything. The AT gun was decrewed, which was the main counter from Symbiosis versus these Stus. But with 3 snipers on the field and his own sniper killed on retreat, he has basically no units on the field that can force these snipers back to base, so he can easily handle the Stus with AT guns. If he even had one. He only has this. I do believe he still has the pack. Nice sticky on one of the Stus, which is damaged. Might net him. Oh, a nice destroyed engine. But with double engineers or pyos close by, it's gonna be easy to repair it. Stu takes a shot on the church, because you know, good games of Semwa means destroyed churches. So you know, you need to shoot at the church a little bit just for fun.
Yeah. And there's his engine back.
Oh.
There's those triple snipers laying in the hurt in only way that triple axis snipers can. You know, I mean, last patch it was Pax and Pumas.
Pax
That
and Pumas,
was,
yeah.
that's what everyone remembers from 2.601 as far as Wehrmacht goes. But now it's stews and snipers.
Stews and snipers. Yeah, we've been saying, oh wow, and whole pyro goes down and mortar shell was
nice,
very close. This reminds me of OMG mod where, you know, the proper counters to snipers are indirect fire and artillery.
Yeah.
No, it's
Or
not.
massive Zerg rushes with jeeps.
Yeah, that works too. That works too. But that's
Symbiosis is
legit.
actually building himself a sniper now, despite not having a single ATG on field. Like, he literally doesn't even have a stolen pack. I mean, stolen packs are pretty average versus stews, to be honest, because they get no cloak bonus.
Yeah, they don't
stay.
have that good penetration values versus.
I mean, he has no AT right now. The M8 is just one bit of not even.
Oh, the
AT.
sniper! Oh, he's
wow.
He's trying to destroy the MG so he can walk.
Wait,
clearly.
a sniper just died. An Axis sniper just died to one of Symbiosis' mines.
Very nice.
It was actually one of the first snipers he built. I think it was the second sniper he built. The first and the third is still alive. But,
so you know, small win for Symbiosis, but with only one sniper versus two snipers, maybe he gets one counter snipe and then he get counter sniped himself. He's still gonna leave Contador with one sniper. He's actually smoking out his cutoff there.
Well, it protects him from the pack, but
not the indirect fire from the stew.
Wow, it didn't even protect him from getting sniped.
No.
The main thing is, though, of course, it doesn't prevent him from getting hit by the stew. The stew doesn't care if there's smoke or not.
No, it's indirect fire, doesn't care.
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
And the counter snipe misses due to his own smoke, I do believe.
This is not going
Obviously, the
well,
smoke concealed him from the snipers to get the sticky on the stew, but as we said, there's no AT gun. Is he building an AT gun? He's building something from the mortar pool.
He is, yeah, he's now building an AT gun. But there's still two stews on field. No, three stews now on field.
Three stews?
Three stews, and new one is now on the right-hand side there.
Contador is floating a metric shit ton of munitions. 450 in the bank almost, 440 just now with a 43 income and Blitzkrieg unlocked. If he goes Blitzkrieg and just charges three stews into the base, what can you do? What is there to do, really?
That would just be pretty funny. I mean, I've been messing around with cheat mod recently, and messing around with sort of having unlimited resources and unlimited abilities, and I was seeing just how much in real terms, in real gameplay terms, Blitzkrieg affects stews, and it is ridiculous. I mean, stews kill base buildings fast enough. You throw down Blitzkrieg on them, and it's like you have no base.
Yeah,
you just have no base. Very, very quickly, you have no base.
I'm not sure exactly if Contador is actually aiming for an annihilation. You know, obviously since this is a challenge, a grudge match, he wants to really put on the hurt on Symbiosis, because he never finished capping the VP on the right side. Yeah, there's the Blitzkrieg. Double stews opening up on an AT gun. You know, the accuracy is not the greatest, but with Blitzkrieg you don't need accuracy because he shoots so fast. There's no point. Oh my god, and he just run over a whole rifle squad.
Holy shit! Because of course they get a speed increase as well. But let's see how fast this motor pool goes down. That's about 3 seconds. Less than 5 seconds for 2 stews to take it down.
5 seconds maybe.
Yeah, it seems legit to me. And now I think he's just gonna go for the squish here. Oh no, the Blitzkrieg wore off. But if he has so much ammunition, as he said he did, he should just be able to pop it again.
Oh yeah, but he needs to wait for the cooldown, so he can't pop Blitzkrieg instantly again. Even though he does have more than enough munitions to pop Blitzkrieg, he has to wait a few seconds after the Blitzkrieg ends to reuse Blitzkrieg again due to the cooldown. But yeah, there's the GG, and yeah, that was pretty much GG right there, because if you look at the VPs, there's 478 for Contador versus 169 from Symbiosis, with half a base, just a dead rifle on the road, one sniper that basically couldn't do much, and a dead mortar. Yeah, that's fun.
Contador was not pulling any punches this game. I mean, that's what grudge matches are all about. But of course, I mean, in game 2, they actually go on to swap around the factions. So if Symbiosis is that kind of guy, he can do the same thing.
Oh yeah.
And of course, you know, I mean, Contador is used to strafe being the counter to snipers, and when he realizes that doesn't quite work as well as it used to, he may have some problems.
Oh yeah. He might have some problems. But obviously, if he goes for WSC as Americans and uses recon to get the counter snipes off, it's still good. But he can't just go strafe derp.
You can't just strafe a single sniper anymore and expect it to die.
Does not compute anymore.
No.
But yeah, short and sweet game, very nicely played from both players, obviously, with the slight edge to Contador. This game 1 of this best of 3 challenge grudge match between Contador and Symbiosis. So stay tuned for future episodes, which is going to be the rest of this series. Next game, game 2, we're going to cast as well, and whenever game 3 gets posted, we will go on ahead and post that as well, or cast that as well. So don't forget to subscribe if you want to see the thrilling ending to this best of 3 between these two great players. And yeah, any further additions, Tommy?
If this cast comes out before the 8th of July, the Sunday, then depending on whether you're free, then we're going to be having our own little broadcast night. Normal Sunday night fights time, 8 p.m. BST, 7 p.m. GMT. There's going to be a live cast. By the time that this goes live, there should hopefully be a news post up over on the COH portal. Symbiosis features again. He's featuring a lot in our casts recently.
He's a great upcoming player, I must say.
Yeah, but he and Lollipop played Jim and Rainbow in a series of 2v2 games in a best of 5. So that's going to be broadcast next weekend, next Sunday, normal SNF time. So do tune into that. Go and check out the news post, which should be up on the portal right about now. And that's when you can catch even more from the Frontline Network.
Oh, yeah. So I hope to see you guys there for our live streams on Sunday. And don't forget to subscribe and like and share it with your grandma and whoever else watches Company of Heroes stuff. And we'll see you guys for next episode.
See ya.
See ya.